Hey, what's up everyone? We are back after a few month hiatus on my last video. The project once again was a Circus Charlie and a Mikie cabinet. So just to refresh everybody, this is obviously a Circus Charlie cabinet, and this right here was a Gyrus cabinet. I want to have Circus Charlie and Mikie, but I wanted both of them to be in the same style cabinet. So rather than trying to find two Circus Charlie cabinets, which are hard to find, I figured I'd get a Gyrus, which are easy to find, gut the whole inside since both cabinets share the same profile, and then install the pieces back in that I can use just in the proper orientation, and then cut new pieces that I need to cut out. For instance, Gyrus uses a single coin door, but Circus Charlie has an over-under door. So the plan right now, what I'm going to do first, is I'm going to take this front panel off, put it on my bench, and get the router out, cut a new piece, and then install that so it has an over-under door. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'll set up the camera and we'll get going on this video. All right, so that came off pretty easy. Got the front panel off. Now I'm gonna set up the table saw over here for my stand, get the router out, and cut a new piece, and router the hole for the over-under door. Gonna work on that right now. All right, so I got this all set up here. I'm gonna cut the router the hole for the over-under door. I'm gonna do that right now, and let's see what we got going here. Just throw a little 3-in-1 oil on the bearing because they get really hot and they burn up. I've had that happen a few times, where the bearing bolt burns up and then it starts digging into your original piece, making a huge mess. So I usually don't do it all in one shot. I'll do a little bit and stop, let the bit cool down, throw some more oil on, because I've gotten screwed over enough times where I started digging into the original one by a bad bearing or something like that. But all right, let's see what we got going on here. I'm gonna have to move this clamp, but it's just there for now. All right, let it sit there for a minute, just cool the bit down. And so far so good. Piece is moving, but it's clamped together, so we're still good. Yeah, I've had it a couple times where you clamp the two pieces together and I didn't clamp it tight enough, and the two pieces started to slide, which then, you know, the one that you're cutting gets messed up, so you got to start over again. That sucks. But like I said, what sucks more is when the bit screws up and you start digging into your original. That really sucks, because now you got to start over because your top piece is screwed up, and now your original piece, which sometimes you don't need, but in this case I'm putting it back on Circus Charlie, so I do need it. So I certainly don't want to screw this up any more than it actually, I shouldn't say that it is. It's actually in really good shape. I'm gonna say, you know, it's stenciled with the stars and the black on the bottom, but I'm using the Joe Zabo's art package. So the front is just going to get the vinyl stars. I'm not going to do the stencil. And that's it. All right, let's finish this cut up here. Clamp, and I can get this last little bit. Loosen it up, see if it fits. I think I have to move the camera. Obviously, safety goggles, real important. I should be wearing a mask because when you're routering this stuff, it makes so much dust, especially this. This is MDF I'm using. It should be particle board, but I don't know what the deal is right now with particle board. I can't find it anywhere. Home Depot, Lowe's, the lumber yard. Nobody has 4x8 sheets of 3/4 particle board, so I'm just using MDF, which is close enough. It'll be fine for this. But yeah, let's see. Let me move the camera here. I think you can see that. If I don't trip over myself here. All right. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful fit, nice and tight. Over under door. All right, I like it. Now I'm going to drill the holes for the carriage bolts that hold this thing in. So I'm going to reset the camera up and do that right now. All right, so I got the piece cut. I got the hole cut for the over-under door. I drilled the holes for the carriage bolts that go in to hold it in place. So now what I want to work on now, before I put the piece on, there's a couple of things that I need to do to make it easier, to make my life easier, is work on this piece that goes here, because that'll get stapled. Well, I guess I could staple it in from the back when the back door is not on, so that's not a problem. But the one thing that I do want to do is work on the bottom. The bottom, it's solid, but the blocking was coming off, and you can see here it's lifting. It's just like all garbage. So it looks like they used particle board for their blocking. They didn't use pine or something. Like this is probably pine, but for whatever reason the bottom they used particle board, and it just got all crappy. So I'm gonna lay the cabinet on its back or on its side and see if the bottom is secure, and then put all new blocking on the bottom, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we're back here. The base was pretty well secure with those carriage bolts and brackets. So I just pulled the blocking that was coming out, that was falling out. I took it out and replaced everything with new blocking. I was having a hell of a problem with my nailer here. I don't know, the nail, for the first time in its life, they kept jamming up. I've had this thing for years and years and never had a problem with it, and clean it regularly, but I'll have to look at that. So I was struggling because they weren't it wasn't sending the nails all the way through, but I got it done. So that's all ready to go. So now I think I am going to look at that piece there and how that plays in, and I think maybe, I forget now, yeah, there's nothing goes across the bottom here because the over-under door goes through here. So I'll probably see about putting this piece across, and then I'll secure the front on and get that back together. All right, so we got the front panel in place right here. I got this back piece in. I cut the little notch like that in there that gets notched out, you know, on there for the over-under door, the back of the coin box that goes in there. Got the piece in place. I had to re-drill 2 of the holes, unfortunately. I don't know if you could see. I was just assuming that the brackets on the inside were all in the same place. Silly me, they were not. So 3 of the holes lined up, and 2 of them were a smidge off that one, and that one you can't really even see. But I mean, that's not a big deal. I'll just Bondo that up, that'll be fine. So that's that. I'm going to carriage bolts are in place. I am going to now tighten it up, and then these weren't stapled in from the inside, neither was this one. When I took these carriage bolts out, the blocking was here, but when I took the carriage bolts out and took the screws out, it just came right out. I am going to staple it in from the blocking just to make it stronger. So I'm going to get the carriage bolts in, get the screws in on the metal brackets, and then staple it in, and then we'll see where we are after that. All right, so I got the front on, all bolted in, put that back on. Something that I did now, I did this off camera, I put these pieces in, the blocking for the top. I took the top piece off, and I had to take the blocking out. And I took this top piece off because one thing I realized, this piece, the Circus Charlie's piece, got the speakers here, and Gyrus did not. So I need to cut the slots for the speaker grill. So here's the 2 pieces, and then after I took them out, I noticed that it's 2 different sizes, so I'm gonna have to cut a whole new piece. This is the Circus Charlie piece, and it's got this slot on the angle, and then this one, they both have a slot on the angle, but this one's actually, can't do it, the speakers are in the way. But if I put this here, you can see, yeah, the pieces, it's a different piece. So at any rate, I'm gonna recreate one of these pieces with the slot on the back, the slot in the front, and this little fun rounded edge here. And that's it. So that's gonna be next on the list of things to do. That's it for this video, though. That'll be the next day for the project. I'll start off with that, and yeah, and it's just reassembling the pieces, putting them where they need to go. You know, this piece here, that piece, I'll reuse them. I have them over here, the ones out of Gyrus. There they are there. I'll reuse what I can, and anything else I'll have to cut new. I do have to cut new little pieces. The ones that were on Gyrus were a different shape, so I'm just gonna pry one of these off. They're just nailed in. Pry one off and then trace it out, and then cut 2 new ones for here and here, and that's it. Yeah, that's all for now. All right, talk to you guys soon.